Jeff, winding down week 3 of fall camp, how the guys looking out there?
It was a real competitive practice. We did that intentionally, and we were flying around pretty good. And we'll scrimmage tomorrow, so we tried to condense the field a little bit and not quite go so long drives, more third and short situations, a lot of red zone stuff, some good competition, and kids had a good time. We flew around, had a good time practicing. It was physical and competitive, and it's what you want.
Will you guys break camp this week, or you go a little bit in the next week?
We're not breaking camp. We don't have school next week, so it will not be a normal game week schedule because we're not in class.
We're talking to Elijah Newell today. What did he show you in his first year last season, and what do you expect from him this fall?
He's just very inexperienced. Hadn't played a lot, and but a really bright, good young man from Arkansas, and made plays when he's out there in the limited time last year. Obviously, he was very young, true freshman, so he's really matured, and I expect him to do like all of our kids have that have come here. That they'll just keep getting better. He's really bought into the culture. He's a great kid, and really like him. He's a good human and going to be a really good player.
Are there some specific areas you guys are targeting for development, or things you want him to be working on?
You just got to play, and there's just no way around it. I mean, you can do all the drill work you want to. I loved the other day. I heard Kelvin Sampson talking about basketball, and it was so true. I mean, you can take them to all the counts you want to, and all the one-on-one. At some point, you got to go play the game, and it's just really hard. What makes football so uniquely different is to play the game. It's such a physical component of the game that the risk of injury is always so high. So the more he just gets to play, the better he's going to be.
I wanted to ask about Kendrick Blackshire, another guy who's sort of shown some development since he's been here. How is he different last year to this year?
I would say he's got a lot of differences. One, physically, his body is just one of the most improved. I'm always messing with him, Brandon Tucker, and North Shore. I think that those three kids, their bodies, I just can't even describe how much better and different those linebacker bodies look. And really proud of them. I am. They're slimmed up. They're more muscular. They're in better shape. And then there's the mental aspect to it as well. He's really matured and knows our defense very well. Kendrick doesn't want to disappoint. He wants to please. And he did a really good job speaking to our team last night about perfect effort. And I really like, how he is. I mean, he's a tough kid.
Yeah, for him to be voted into a single digit, how far has he come in some of those leadership aspects and how his teammates view him just from last year to this year? It seems like a big difference.
It is. He's just totally transformed his mind and his body. I mean, he's the epitome of physical and mental toughness, and I believe that's actually the exact one he spoke on. He has physically changed his body, and he's mentally changed his mind. I mean, I'm really proud of him.
How does Jimmy Hyrick look this fall as he returns from injury? We got to see a little bit of him last year, but not a ton.
Well, he's already got a degree from Stanford, so that lets you know a lot. If the kid, stays healthy, he'll be a really good player. And that's just been it for Jimmy, is just that. But he's had a really great summer, had a really great spring, and had a really great fall camp. So we expect Jimmy to have a big year. What a delight to talk to as well. I mean, he's just really deep, great family, just a really, really good kid. So I'm really excited for Jimmy.
You mentioned the Stanford degree. How does that intellect kind of translate to the field? Does he help other guys get up to speed, or is he particularly good at picking up on different things?
Yeah, we were trying something the other day. We were trying to run a little game out there with them, and McEwen told me, he's like, if Jimmy's on the field, we're not going to get him on this. And I'm like, Jimmy, you don't know everything. And McEwen's like, if Jimmy's on the field, we're not getting him. And as soon as we called the play, I looked out there, and Jimmy was out there, and I said on the headset to Berg, I'm like, McEwen told me this thing going to go with Jimmy out there. And as soon as we did the disguise, Jimmy was all over it, and he covered it like a blanket.
Jeff, I noticed the guys were at the pool yesterday. I got recovery day for them. Why is it important to do stuff like that for them?
Yeah, they were kind of on to me. We practiced and then went to the pool. So to them, it was like extra. It wasn't like in place of. So, we got our practices in, then we went to the pool. They were just having a great time. We even used, who did we use? Yeah, we used Big Rail as an example today for our culture pillar. It was really funny. Baby was holding the log, and Big Rail was trying to get on the log. And I could tell it wasn't going to go well, so I got my phone out and I started filming. And it didn't go well. And then they got a bunch of their buddies to come over and help hold the log. and Big Rail got on like a horse and got his balance, and he actually stood up on the log for about 10 seconds. But we used a verse from Proverbs, I believe it was Proverbs 15:21, where it talks about if you try to do stuff by yourself, it's not going to work. But when you seek the counsel of many, you got a much better chance of success. So it just so happened I was already showing that video, and we used that Proverbs 15. I think it was 21. I hope I'm right on that. The kids had a great laugh, and what two great spirits. I mean, Big Baby and Big Rail, man. Those are two fun kids to be around.
Jeff, I wanted to ask you about your fundraiser next week, kind of in the middle of the week there, that luncheon. Just how important is that for the program?
Yeah, we need to sell some more tables too, or some more tickets. I mean, what a cool event that Bob and Peggy have done for 210 City fans. And the first two were incredible. You know, last year we had Emmett Smith come, and this year we've got Jerry Rice coming, and players to be at each table. And what a great way to get to know our players. I've never yet ever had one time we've done it where a booster didn't come up to me and just so grateful of the player they got to meet and sit with and have lunch with. It's a win-win for everybody. It helps our program go straight to for the football team. But at the same time, it does a great job of showcasing our university, showcasing our players.
If you got a chance, what would be the one question you would ask Jerry Rice?
Oh, man, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'd probably ask him something about Bill Walsh and just the offense and what was that like to play for. So did they know at the time they were playing for someone that was just so different? And his book is one of the greatest books you'll ever read on how to coach. It's one of the few coaching books that was written to help coaches. And you cannot not read that book. Now, it's almost like reading the Bible now. It is a thick, thick book, but it's so well written. Yeah, he signed that book, and it meant the world to me. I went and heard him speak many times, and I'd want to know something about Bill Walsh if I was asking Jerry Rice.
Jeff, I think you said you ran 90 plays in the scrimmage last week. Is you looking at about the same this week?
Yeah, I'd like to be somewhere around 100. I hope so. Now, we did do quite a bit today, scrimmage situation, so I got to look and see how much red zone we got called today, how much third down do we get called today, and I might back off some there. But we'll just see how the scrimmage goes. But, yeah, I'd like to be somewhere around 90 to 100 with a heavy emphasis on those ones and those twos. And the threes, just you got to make sure you stay healthy right now because we're going to split up into scout teams here pretty quickly. And so the world of threes goes away, and it's just ones and twos, and that's always a fun day. They really all believe they're not going to play scout team. But everybody in the program's been on scout team at some point. But when you tell them they're on scout team, it's like, you didn't tell me that when you were recruiting me. Well, now you know.
Well, I wanted to ask you about the health. We're about 2 weeks away from kickoff. How's the health of the group looking?
We're okay. We're okay. We lost an offensive lineman, Jonah, to a hand injury. We'll get him back, but it's going to be a while. We had a defensive guy go down today. We'll see how bad that looks. We got some soft muscle tissue stuff that we're going to get them all back. So far the only one that's lost for the year that we know of is RJ and that heart issue, which was obviously a very big loss for us. But yeah, we're in for fall count. We're better than we've ever been that I can speak of. I'll get Brian to give me the data on that just to make sure that I'm speaking factually. But I think it's the best we've ever been for this part of camp.
All right, Jeff, appreciate
Thank
it.
you
Thanks a bunch.